Okay, so it's been a while since I've done a podcast, and I was trying to think of things that people would actually like to listen to. And I know for myself, I just love listening to people talk. I really do. Sometimes I'll be listening to people talk or watching like a YouTube video, and I'll realize that this is the most pointless thing I've ever heard. And guess what? I still like it. So I was thinking about what people ask me for all the time on Tumblr, because I do spend some time on there. And what I get most is, if you reblog like a photo set from a movie or from a TV show, I get people asking, oh, is this good? What is it about? Like, is there gay representation? Obviously, usually there is if it's been from a photo. And then they just want to know if it's worth watching and if they should watch it. And so that I get that a lot in my inboxes because I don't know. I have no idea why, honestly. I'm guessing everyone gets that. I usually just answer in Tumblr, but I guess I could do it like this, and maybe that would reach more people who are looking for more content, and that would be helpful. So recently I watched two lesbian movies. One was called Princess Cyd, and it was on Netflix, and one was called Lez Bomb. It was also on Netflix. So yay for Netflix. They're finally putting up some gay stuff that we can actually enjoy. I don't know, my experience with Netflix and gay films is usually if they put up a gay film, it's like really bad or like a train wreck or just really depressing or really slow. I don't know. Princess Cyd did have a kind of slow vibe to it, but I'm pretty sure that was completely intentional. I would highly recommend Princess Cyd just because it was just a really sweet story, and it wasn't all gay. It was mostly about the relationship between this teenage girl and her aunt. The teenage girl comes to visit her aunt, and she knows very little about her, and the aunt is highly known in the literary world and in her community, and everyone in her community loves her. And while the teen is out there visiting, the aunt and the teen just have a lot of conversations, and you can tell that they're, slightly helping and changing each other just by having a relationship that requires questions to be asked and answered. And it was a really sweet movie and really just touching. And where the lesbian plot came in was the girl who was visiting ends up in some random part of town. When she's on a run, she gets lost and she sees this barista, and this barista is stylish, and she seems, right away like maybe she's gay. She's got the gay vibes going because she's got the haircut, and she's got the style, a more androgynous look, and she's really cute. And so seeing her for the first time, the girl who had run into the shop to ask for directions, she just kind of like is frozen, and it's really awkward and hilarious. Like, obviously, like just seeing a gay person like completely stunned this girl. And it could be like, oh, maybe it was supposed to be just general attraction, but whatever it was hilarious. But their plot unfolds slowly as the aunt and the teen are talking and going through their drama, because the girl who's a teen lost her mother, and the aunt lost her sister when the girl was a lot younger. And so it's just a really sweet movie, and the lesbian plot is really, really cute and well done, very well done, because it's not rushed, and it's really adorable. And they set up that the teen is like already hooking up with random people, and she, like, I think in the very beginning she hooks up with some guy, and then she goes on her trip to visit the aunt, and like they clash in a lot of ways because the teen doesn't understand why the aunt isn't having more sex, and she doesn't understand why the aunt isn't dating her best friend. And I think that leads in the end to they probably will get together, the aunt and her best friend, but it's just a clash in personalities and a clash in just people and different things that people like and want. But when the two teenagers get together, it's just like really sweet and cute, because there's this whole kind of like subplot where the barista is staying with her brother, and her brother keeps having her friend over, and his friend over, sorry, and his friend is not a good guy. And for anyone who's had brothers like that or had friends like that and been in houses like that, it's a bad time. You don't want to have to be stuck in a house with someone who could at any time decide to hurt you or do anything to you, and you would have no free will. And you do get that vibe right away. And there's a scene in the movie where that kind of happens, where she's left alone with this guy, and he kind of just imposes himself on her, and then we don't know what happens, but we know that Cyd, the teen who's visiting her aunt, gets a text that says help, and her aunt goes with her to kind of make sure that the other girl is okay, and they end up bringing her home. And it's just such night and day, those environments, the environment that Cyd's in and the environment that the barista's having to live in. So it's just so cute and sweet, and just like a little slice of summer, and one of those coming of age stories. So I highly recommend it. I don't know how I would rate it if I had to rate it. It's really nice. It does really fit with it fits with other lesbian films, though, you know? And I don't know how to explain that. There's just a lot of slow narrative and just less dialogue, more action, and it's just really nice. So I would highly recommend it. On to the next. So the next film, the next film I saw was called Lez Bomb, and I actually really, really, really loved this film, mostly because I have a dysfunctional family, and this kind of storytelling always just makes me laugh so hard, because this is just how it is. If you have a dysfunctional family, this is it. Like, if you watch a movie like this, you're like, oh yeah, those are my people. Like, they have different quirks, they have different problems, they have different, everything, but this is what you're in. It makes you feel better because you're not alone, so you're not the only one with a dysfunctional family. Most people have them. But Lez Bomb, despite the title, was a very, very good movie, and I would highly recommend it. And mostly it's like a comedy. It's a rom-com, and it's a lesbian rom-com, and the main plot is that the main girl would what's her name? I don't even know what her name is. What's her name? Let me find it. The main girl, where is it? Is it Jessica? See, this is bad. I haven't watched. Oh, is it Lauren? I think it's Lauren. Yeah, the main girl, Lauren, her family is having Thanksgiving, and she has decided that she's finally going to come out to her family. So anyone who's seen, like, Jennifer's Wedding, this is supposed to sound exactly the same, but anyone who has seen Jennifer's Wedding knows that Jennifer's Wedding was not a rom-com at all, and it was... poor Jennifer's Wedding. I'm so sorry about Jennifer's Wedding. I was so excited to watch that film, and I'm so sad that it was not funny, that it felt 10 to 20 years old. There's just several reasons to be sad about that movie. Like, I do love that it exists. I do love what they tried to do. I love the script. I just feel like it's just strange to have that movie. It's just really stressful to watch that movie in 2019 or 2018 when I watched it. So, I don't know. I have a lot of opinions about Jennifer's Wedding. But this movie is basically what that movie promised. So if you want to see a lesbian rom-com based around a dysfunctional family that's actually funny, that's actually cute, that actually would warm your heart and make you happy as a lesbian who's gone through similar things, Lez Bomb is actually the movie you should be watching. And I can tell I'm going to watch this movie over and over. I love rom-coms. I love them so much. I watch, like, Family Stone all the time. I watch The Holiday. I watch Debs. Like, I've seen a lot of these, Saving Face, like, these movies over and over. So this is one of those ones that I could tell. Or Eulogy. And a lot of people haven't seen that movie. And Eulogy, I love that movie. That's such a great movie and it has a lesbian side plot that's actually pretty funny, but not as prominent as this one, because in this one, this Lauren girl is the main character, so you really are following her struggle and her world. She's the main character, so it's not like she's some side character and the plot's not the main thing. So I would highly recommend Lez Bomb. Basically, the whole movie, she's trying to come out to her parents, and her parents are getting like just ignoring her, or they're too busy with all their drama, or they just don't believe her, or because she pretty much tells them and they just shrug it off, kind of like, oh, but Austin, her best friend, who is a guy who bought them a turkey, showed up at the party, and so they think that she's with Austin and that she's pretending to be a lesbian to, you know, throw off the scent. And it's just this really sad drama for the girlfriend, because the girlfriend thought that, you know, oh, this was finally going to be the day. We're finally going to be out. You're finally going to be over this shit. And we can finally just have our life and be happy, because we're happy otherwise. And this is the only part of our life that isn't clicking, but it's a huge thing because I don't want to be a dirty secret, you know? So the whole movie, you're watching as this kind of shy and like really nice girl is trying to be honest with her family and come out to them and just, you know, bite the bullet and throw herself into that next stage of her life, which is hard if you hold it off. It's hard if you don't know it's coming. And in her case, she met this girl and she's been with her for about 6 months, but she's been living with her best friend Austin for like 3 years. So her parents have been just thinking that she's probably going to end up marrying this Austin guy. And Austin's really sweet and he's really nice. And he definitely has a crush on Lauren. So it's just all this drama mixed in. And then there's the brother who wants to get with Lauren's girlfriend. And he keeps flirting with her. And it's making Lauren jealous and making Lauren attack him. And nobody understands why everyone's so upset. And then there's all this other hijinks going on because it's one of those holiday dysfunctional family rom-coms. But this movie really did give a good treatment to a lesbian storyline. And it had a happy ending. It was just basically everything you'd want. Everything you'd want and done for the lesbian crowd. So to me, this movie is a gem and more people should watch it. The title is stupid. The title is obviously a grab to be like, lesbians, watch this movie, which maybe just don't title things like that. I mean, we'll find it. We will find it. We will find a way. But I just love these characters. I loved how real their relationships were. I loved the fear in Lauren. You could see why she was having a hard time. And then she has this big, like, revelation where she just admits to her girlfriend that she did not want to be gay, like, basically. And that's the real problem. And it causes this, like, momentary breakup that lasts for a hot minute before they get together and move in together and have their happy ending, and you can tell they're going to be happy. But it's just sad because there's all these like things that we don't see in film. We don't get to see them in movies. And so this was current, this was fun, it was a comedy, it was relatable, it was adorable. So I would highly recommend seeing Lez Bomb. And if you want to see the polar opposite of this, you can go ahead and watch Jennifer's Wedding or Jenny's Wedding, whatever it's called, and have a really bad time. I don't know, I guess this depends on what kind of person you are and what kind of movies you like, but that movie was like the polar opposite of this movie, and they were both trying to do the same thing, so it's really weird. It's really weird because you could see, like, this movie for a lesbian, like, I like all kinds of movies, but I'm telling you, Lez Bomb, 100% better than Jenny's Wedding. So, highly recommend. Please watch it. If you have any questions about these two movies, just drop them out into my inbox. I would love to comment on them or answer any of your questions. And I think I'm going to try to do more short podcasts like this where I just go over current things just to see how it goes and see if anybody really likes to hear it. So have a great week.